All right, folks, we are back. I'm your host, BKP, and yes, we will be here for 3 hours, 3 solid hours. Today at 10 o'clock, we will have the Georgia Hour. I was down at the Capitol yesterday. BKP, voiceofruralamerica.com. So I need information, and I need pertinent. Do you know what pertinent information is? And I'm trying to get ready to do the show, and I need information to work with, and I can always count on you guys out there. So I get a picture along with a note at about 7:15 this morning. Did you know an emu cannot walk backwards? The emu and kangaroo can only go forward. When the emu is in full movement, it moves 9 feet with one step. Wow. Be an emu and a kangaroo and move forward in life and don't look back at your past. I like that. So I got my emu can only go forward. And now I can't get the picture out of my head of an emu just running 9 foot at a time with a stride. So we're going to look forward. All right. So we are going to talk about, hi, Diane. I'm not at the Capitol today. You expected me to be there. I was there yesterday. So Trump did not say two-state solution. And I want to go through some pictures, and I'm going to go through some statements, and we're going to go through some history, and we're going to insert a little opinion and what I think, and you're going to tell me what you think, and we're going to have the conversation. So, number one, they are all bent out of shape. All right. Because as I said when I opened up, Trump didn't have the United Nations write a statement. Now, let's start with this. We'll start with this and then we'll go backwards. Give me number 70. All right. Now, we're going to come back to that one. That's number one, Diane. So, on October 7th, Hamas led an attack on Israel. All right. So if you're going to send me messages and say Zionist and you're going to genocide and all that, okay, I get it. I get it. I read the articles. I get it. I have publicly said on here, just because of the fact that I'm pro-life, okay, and I'm pro-life from start to finish, and I think we care for life all the way until God decides that life should end. There you go. You got me. That's my opinion. God decides when life begins. God decides. And I've had to deal with these things within my life over and over. Things happen. All right? And God decides when you leave. That's my simple. So when anything, no matter where it comes from, kills children, it bothers me. It bothers me. Now, biblically, someone reminded me the other day, biblically, God wiped out thousands in the past. Thousands. You don't wipe out thousands without hurting some innocent or whatever. So we won't get into the biblical side of it, with the exception of a couple things. But that's where I'm at. But here's the bottom line. October 7th, Hamas-led attack on Israel. On October 7th, 2023, Hamas and several other Palestinian militant groups launched a coordinated armed incursion, right, from Gaza Strip, from Gaza, into the Gaza envelope of southern Israel, the first invasion of Israel since the 1948 Arab-Israel War. 1948 is when Israel became a state. Now, so we have that Gaza established, Hamas established. So yesterday, we're going to go into what Trump said. So give me number one. This is a little bit of a view of Gaza today. Actually, it's cleared out. Those people are not walking to the local convenience store to get a Coke, a pack of nabs. That's crackers if you're in the South. A pack of nabs, right? A Coke. You're not doing it. And a smile. That's Gaza today. So let's go to number 4. Just relax. Don't get all worked up. Let's bring this all the way around. Stunning proposal. This is Gaza. Now, if you tell me this is Gaza because this happened and this happened and this happened, that's 2 days ago. Donald Trump was not president of the United States of America when that took place. He wasn't. End of story. Joe Biden, Antony Blinken, right? Kamala Harris, Jake Sullivan. Facts cannot be disputed of who was behind the Resolute desk with the seal, whether he knew it or not, Joe Biden, when this picture was created. But this is Gaza this morning. That's what it looks like. Give me number 5. Stunning proposal. All right. So, stunning proposal. Right there. There's BB. Now, I have the messages. Plural. BB's a criminal. I get it. Okay. He is a criminal. He's a war criminal. I get it. I have those messages. All right. This is a conversation we're going to have. Stunning proposal. Number 6, it's freaking these people out. Again, I say, like I did this morning, Trump did not stand up yesterday and say two-state solution. Trump did not say, hey, you got to stay with me on this segment because I am going to put some things out there that I hopefully will open up some thoughts anyhow. So he didn't read the UN two-state solution as Joe Biden did, and we'll get into that in just a minute. U.S. will take over Gaza Strip. We'll own it, Trump says. They are freaking out. All right. So here it is, number 8, Netanyahu and Trump meeting. This is the shoreline of the Gaza Strip. I told you yesterday, Trump cannot look at this and not think about, wow, that would be some nice. Well, do you know where the Redneck Riviera is? Text me if you know where the Redneck Riviera is. But anyhow, I don't want to get cheeky or nothing. I don't want to be a wise guy. But it could be the Riviera of the Mediterranean there, okay? I may have something wrong, so don't get all bent out of shape. Now, here you go, number 13. You'll get a look at where Gaza's at, Israel. Trump says, we will take over the Gaza Strip. We'll own it. Now, we're going to have a couple parts here. We're going to have what Trump said yesterday and what I think he meant. That's a stretch, but I'm going to show you. So you see Gaza, Israel, you see Jordan and Egypt, all right? The West Bank, Jerusalem, the Golan Heights, all right? So, actually, I have an answer. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, number 14. Now, this is the group that attacked Israel, but CNN and all of them feel they have say. Hamas responds to Gaza proposal, receipt of creating chaos and tension in the region. Our people in Gaza Strip will not allow these plans to pass. Diane, write that number down somewhere so it comes back. Because Hamas, yesterday, their statement is, our people in the Gaza Strip will not allow these plans to pass. This is a terrorist organization that we funded via Iran and others. Yes, we did. We funded the attack. How do you do that? Well, you take Trump out, and then Biden's administration, Iran was broke. Biden's administration, the cash flows in. Iran is the leading, this is the people that want to kill Trump. Iran is the leading finance arm of terrorist groups. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Funded via us, basically. There's the attack. Hamas said, we won't stand for it. We'll get back to this in a minute. So we start getting reaction. All right, we start getting reaction. Number 15. Senators respond with shock that Trump Gaza proposal. Now this ties to USAID. It ties everything you're seeing ties together of the level of corruption. There's no coincidence here. Trump is inaugurated. We go in with a scalpel. We're cleaning out CIA. We're cleaning out FBI. We're cleaning out DOJ. We're cleaning out USAID. Regime change that they want you to believe is what you're really doing is ending people getting a bag of rice, and we're starving children. Not happening. This is all tied together. Now, the reason these people have tears in their eyes is not because of their love for Israel, not because of their love for a two-state solution, not because of their anything other than the fact they no longer can steal. This is where theft, they laundromat. Now, these people will get angry, but there's different ways that they wash the money we send all around the world through 3 or 4 different channels to hide it, NGOs, all the above, that end back up in bank accounts for these people. That's why they're crying. That's why the UN, all of them, have only said two-state solution for how many years? Now, what they want to lead you to believe, and I don't know, I can't personally tell you that I can negotiate peace in the region. My God, there's not been peace in this region. But if they say that enough, right? If they say it enough that they just can't come to terms with peace in the region, then sooner or later you believe it. And if they say it enough from the podium, every single president, two-state solution. All right, give me this right here, and then we're gonna get back, because I'm gonna stay with this. We're gonna bring it all the way around. We're gonna have a really good show with information today. Where's my two-state? Yeah, give me video 18.
No outside force is going to resolve the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians. Only a two-state solution can provide Palestinians independence, sovereignty, and dignity, and provide Israelis the secure and recognized borders of a democratic Jewish state. Now, it is no secret that the most recent efforts to advance direct negotiations didn't yield much tangible progress. But I remain convinced.
Recently, they did not yield the results we wanted. Years, that's the same speech. We will show you the same speech for years and years by people like Hillary Rodham Clinton. So for years, there's no outside source. No outside source can come in here and solve this. So if you're going down the street and you say to somebody, do you think they can solve the Palestinian, we'll call it a conflict, the Palestinian-Israel conflict and the war? Oh, no, there's no outside source that can solve that. How do you know that? Well, that's what they say. They've always said that. Exactly. No outside source. Two-state solution. Wonder who's getting all the money for years. So here you go. Number 16. Here's Lindsey Grahamnesty, GOP senators on Trump's Gaza plan. Senator Tillis, there's a couple kinks in that slinky. Check back with me tomorrow. Interesting proposal. Lindsey Graham might be problematic. It might be problematic. We really are not looking for a solution. Now, hang on to this picture in your brain, number 17. Trump says U.S. will take over Gaza Strip. We'll own it. Where are these people going back to? Where are they going back to? They're going back. These people, look, first of all, Casey Hunt and John King and Anderson Cooper and Joe and Minka, and the list goes on. Every single one of them. They're returning home. To what? Where are these people going back to? Look at this crowd, because we're going to examine this in a minute. Where do they work when they get back? Where is their income? They don't have one. If you do a little history on the Gaza Strip, there's no industry, right? There's not. There's not really a place where they work. Every one of these people rely on things like USAID. Exactly. They rely on something to sustain themselves on a daily basis. This is where we friggin' send the Super Bowl loser t-shirts to. Where'd that come from? Anyhow, look at that. They're returning to what? So, number 18. Now I'm getting ready to play you some video from yesterday. Number 18. Trump says U.S. will take over Gaza Strip. We'll own it. He's there with Bibi. And then we have 19. We've talked about this. Look at this. People are at the beach. And number 22, serious proposal or a distraction? Trump going to close the Department of Education. We're going to talk about that before we close today. I want to stay on the Israel-Gaza Strip. Now here, these people are so corrupt. I could say that. I could do like a 6-hour show and just say they're so corrupt. Give me number 30. This is Tim Kaine. He's a weirdo. I'm sorry, this man is a weirdo. I mean, the United States should not take anybody's home. Two-state solution. Would that be the Palestinian state, or would that be Hamas? Or would that be where the PLO, with Bill Clinton, made a deal with Yasser Arafat, the guy that wore the tablecloth on his head, and then Hamas took over Gaza? What would that be? Because you people are too damn dumb, too damn corrupt to stand up and do the right thing for humanity anywhere. Don't give me your humanity. Take someone's home? Wow. Number 2, U.S. nation building in the Middle East. Folks, you have used USAID for regime change. Ukraine nation building? If you haven't learned anything, now listen to this statement, because we're going to break this down. If you haven't learned anything from 2002 to 2025, you haven't been paying attention. We are very bad at that. So he just told you what I've said. And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to play you the video. It's going to be crystal clear to you. The guy is telling you. You're not paying attention. Our job is to say two-state solution. You're not paying attention. Our job is to send billions of dollars of weapons to this side and billions of dollars of rice to this side. Exactly. You're not paying attention. We got a two-state solution. Yes. You're not paying attention. The UN. I told you that. Well, you don't understand. There's no outside source. Number 31, Senator Coons on Trump's Gaza comments. I'm speechless. That's insane. I can't think of a place on earth that would allow American troops less and where any positive outcome is less likely. And why on earth would we abandon decades? Now listen to this. These people should go to Gitmo immediately. Why on earth we would abandon decades of well-established humanitarian programs around the world and now launch into one of the world's greatest humanitarian challenges? Dude, thousands of people have been killed. You see, you got to understand, every time Trump says peace, I promise we're going to break it down. Every time Trump says peace and stop killing people, it freaks them out. We have worked on humanitarian. How'd that work out for us? We have millions dead in Ukraine and Russia. How'd that work out for us? We've got thousands dead in Gaza and Israel. These people are so friggin' evil, folks. Here's Senator Graham, number 32. I think that's a tough place to be assigned if you're an American soldier. So we'll see what the Arab world says. But you know, that'd be problematic on many levels. Number 33, the world reacts to the Gaza comments. World reacts to Gaza comments. And let's see what else I have before we start breaking down the videos. So hang tight here. Give me number 44. We're going into the cropped out pictures. Trump's bold proposal to take over Gaza Strip and rebuild it into the Riviera of the Middle East draws outrage. Outrage. Let's see what else I have here. Make sure I'm not missing any other. New York Post, Gaza have it. Trump says U.S. will take over Gaza Strip after relocating all Palestinians. After relocating them, Jordan, Egypt. Number 53, I always love the Post cover. 53, Trump announces Middle East plan to relocate Palestinians and own the Strip. That may be it for right now on this one right here. So I want to show you this, and then I'll show you this in just a minute. Let's play some video because we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to break down what Trump said. We've laid it out. All right. Give me video 1.
I think it's hard to say that there's a lot of self-determination in Gaza and with Hamas at the helm there. I think that that's just categorically false, especially if you're a woman.
Take it away. Hamas does not belong governing in Gaza. Two things can be true at once. I agree with the Prime Minister and the President. You can't have a terrorist group running land. However, does that mean all those Palestinian, but do all the Palestinian people then forever lose their right to self-determination on their land because they have a terrorist problem? Fix the terrorist problem.
Well, it's fixing the terrorist problem, and it's beginning as a world to try and rebuild.
I admit Hamas should not be governing, a terrorist organization should not be governing. The Palestinian people we need to fix the terrorist problem. Wow. So if you listen to that and you're out there and you're busy, you may think that Hamas just infiltrated Gaza recently. You just fixed the terrorists. So when we get back, we're going to look, how long has Hamas been in control of Gaza? How long? And how long have we been funding Hamas, right? So, and others, they'll say you're not. Okay, give me video 2.
Even in a flood of news, our top story is almost biblical in proportion. Tonight, at a press conference with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, the President of the United States declared the U.S. will take over Gaza. Own it, he said, and he would not rule out U.S. troops to do it. As for the men, women, and children displaced by the fighting in Gaza, he said they need to leave. 1.9 million people, that's according to the UN, 1.8 million people according to the president. In his view, the war which Hamas launched with their unprovoked October 7th attack should end with all those people living elsewhere and the United States in control of a large, almost beach resort.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different.
Again, he did not.
So who do we want to go in and clean it out? Do we want to send Hamas back in, make a deal with them? They go in and clean it out? We pay them so much money? Is China going to go in and rebuild it? What will happen? Will someone come from Russia to rebuild it? I doubt that. So we want to make sure of how this is rebuilt. Now keep in mind, Jake Sullivan, Blinken, right? Samantha Powers, USAID. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Jake Sullivan, Blinken, Biden, all of them, every one of these people. Now, Trump just got the job again. So give me video 7 before we take our break.
The Riviera of the Middle East.
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. You take certain areas and you build really good quality housing, like a beautiful town, like someplace where they can live and not die, because Gaza is a guarantee that they're going to end up dying.
Trump's comments in the midst of a fragile ceasefire between.
Fragile ceasefire. How many fragile ceasefires have we had? Fragile ceasefire when Bill Clinton was there. Fragile ceasefire when George W. was there. Fragile ceasefire when Barack Obama was there. Fragile ceasefire. Our whole entire life, my adult life, there's always been a fragile ceasefire. And they just go in there to get killed. Because Hamas does not care that these people get killed. And then there's the person in the back that says, why would they leave, sir? It's their home. It's a hellhole. So it's much deeper. It's very deep, the study of the region. And it's not as simple in some ways that I'm putting it out. But you cannot sit here this morning and go after Trump's comments, not understanding history, not understanding the UN, not understanding why they're freaking out that he didn't say two-state solution. And I get the ones out there that hate Bibi and want him in jail for, war crimes. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Give me number 59. You remember the guy that wore the tablecloth on his head that Bill Clinton invited to the United States? You remember when the Palestinian, the PLO, was considered a terrorist organization and Bill Clinton invited this guy to America? Why the Oslo Accords failed to put Palestinians on a path to statehood. This is all the way back in 1993. That's Arab News. We'll be right back. Take a break.